everybody, welcome to Impossible Coin. It's wild times out there. We realize that if you're the type of person who listens to our show, what you have probably done with a fair bit of your week so far is watch E3 coverage. You're also in the future, which means that you probably know what happened at Nintendo's conference, and we're totally jelly of you in the future. Unless, of course, the bombs dropped between now and then, in which case we're not jelly.
And then we're in real life Fallout.
Yeah, man. I am joined by two people here, and today we freeballing it. We're going to talk about what's happened so far, because it's been wild. There's been a lot of shit, and I kind of figured the best way for us to organically discuss our priorities is to organically discuss our priorities. Joining me to organically discuss their priorities, somewhere in Ohio, the foremost cosplayer of various obscure animes that nobody's ever fucking heard of, Tegan Somerset.
Hi, everybody. I'm certainly not the foremost cosplayer, though, because dang, maybe I'm the foremost cosplayer on this podcast.
Of obscure animes that nobody's ever heard of.
No. Definitely still not, because I have not cosplayed any of these obscure anime that I know.
Okay. So, you did not do a cosplay of Batman Friendly Breakfast?
No. What? No. No.
Because I heard that you did the best Batman Friendly Breakfast there's ever been done.
I don't even know what that is.
That's kind of the fucking point, man.
What is a Batman? I mean, no. I did a Bat Fam breakfast once where it was like a bunch of us were cosplaying like Batman and then all of his various sidekicks, but like I haven't done a Batman cosplay.
It's Batman Friendly Breakfast, Tegan. Come on. There's not 3 Batmans in the title.
I'm sorry. My bad. My B. See, I don't even know what's going on.
All right.
Anyway.
It's somewhere in West Tejas. Slow roasting the chilies and getting ready to tell us about Kingdom Hearts 3, Rocky Hardy.
Oh my god, I don't want to talk about Kingdom Hearts 3.
You're gonna. That's what's happening. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, no, I know it's news.
Yep.
Sorta. Whatever.
Yeah, so this is now. This is us. This is the rest of our lives. I'm Brian Cartwright, and this is our podcast. Let's talk about E3 and holy shit, guys! And I guess the weird onslaught of news that came before E3, because I mean that's the world we live in now.
Mm-hmm.
So before we dig into EA and before we dig into Microsoft, apparently E3 starts on like the Wednesday before now because people don't give a fuck. I mean, what do you guys thought about that? Like, it's kind of felt like a real shift this year that like people are just like pounding us with announcements, like pretty much the whole week beforehand.
I don't know. It seems like the industry doesn't trust E3, which is fine. I mean, because the people that we got a lot of our notice from weren't like the bigs.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
like it was like Konami. I think we got some stuff from Ubisoft. Like it wasn't Nintendo, it wasn't Sony, it wasn't.
Why, Rocky? It was Sony. You know, in the lead up to E3, one of the things that Sony did was like just start running reveals every day, including like dropping the release date for Days Gone, introducing that game Ghost Giant, doing the reveal for that new Don't Nod game from Bandai Namco, Twin Mirror, and revealing the fucking Tetris effect, like Tetris for Mitsugushi. So like Sony was dropping a reveal every day up until their conference. So it's not like, I definitely get that, like, yeah, like it's been a lot of smaller companies, but like major platform holders have been getting out there and using that space as well. Seems weird.
Maybe it was the stuff that they didn't want to fit into their actual like conference. I mean, I feel like Tetris Attack would be cool. Not Tetris Attack. That's not the name of the game. What am I thinking of? But the new Tetris game.
Tetris
the one that's
Effect.
on LSD. Effect?
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't think they wanted to put Days Gone on their stage a third time, even if it did have the release date.
You mean because it looks like a bad video game?
Well, yeah, of course. Plus, like, they definitely are still, like, holding on to a couple of things, like Ghost of Tsushima, and, actually, Ghost of Tsushima is the only game I really care about from Sony right now, but we'll see. Oh, and Shin Megami Tensei 5, which is also a thing that I want to hear about, but they haven't gotten that to us yet. So I feel like they're just trying to, like, you know, wash their hands of stuff that they want to talk about, but can't give stage space to.
Okay.
That's just me. I don't know.
I feel like we got some pretty decent announcements out of this, like, run up before we started the conferences. Like, I'm here for Twin Mirror, guys. I don't. What did you guys think of the reveal on that?
I don't even know what you're talking about. What's a twin mirror?
Twin Mirror is.
Let me look. Hang on.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna look it up. Because we're in the half post E3 world, so
yep, it's true.
I can actually Google this. What is Twin Mirror?
Yep.
It is a new psychological thriller from the dudes who did Life is Strange. Oh, cool. Okay. That sounds neat. I don't think, did I see this? Let's check. Yeah, whatever. Go away, pop-up. I'll get the news late. Let me live. Did I see this? Was this one? This was an early one, wasn't it?
Yep, this was Friday.
Yes.
Yeah, nope. I have not been looking at any of the news up to E3. So, nice. I'm good. Let's see. By the people who do Life is Strange and Vampire. Well, I'm enjoying Vampire so far, and I love Life is Strange, so I'm sure this is gonna be great. Tegan shows up hella late with Starbucks. Hello.
And they're also making a point of saying that, like, they're wearing their Twin Peaks influence much more directly on their sleeves with this one. Like, it really feels like a spiritual successor to Deadly Premonition, and I say that as the highest praise. So, I'm here for Twin Mirror. I understand if, like, it doesn't make y'all's various nethers tingle, but it definitely makes mine. Also, I'm really warmed up for Tetris Effect, man. Like, I love Tetris, I love Rez, and the idea of, like, taking those two things and rolling them into a one might be enough to finally get me to buy a fucking VR headset. Like, it just, that's wild, wild business. And for me personally, the biggest pre-3 announcement, Hitman 2.
I'm gonna pre.
God.
I'm sorry. You walked
Tegan
into it.
She's just really lewd this week, man.
Yep.
You walked into it. It's not my fault.
Yep.
Jeez.
We all know Hitman rustled your jimmies, my dude.
Oh, God. No, like, man, if that bald assassin wants to have his way with me, he's more than welcome to.
I did see Hitman 2. I did see that one. So I am also excited for Hitman 2, because I enjoyed watching Hitman be played originally.
So I'm fucking totally stoked. I cannot wait to get in there. And they have, like, doled out just enough information about some stuff for the new one. Like, enhanced stealth systems, more effective blending in crowds. It sounds like there's... And this is a big deal for Hitman, but it sounds like there's moving vehicles. Like, one of the first levels in the game takes place at a race in Miami. And they kind of go over a lot of the different ways that you can kill one of your targets in the Miami mission, which involve fucking with various different things in her car because she is a race car driver, which requires vehicles to move. So I'm way excited about that. It also sounds like Warner Brothers, who is publishing it, has managed to not Warner it up, and that I think was the first time that we, in theory, should have heard about microtransactions or loot boxes, and because that's what Warner Brothers does now. You know, like that's who they are,
Right.
And so, like, you know, when IO does their stream announcing the game and is like, "Hey, there are no loot boxes or microtransactions in this game," I was like, time to take note of hearing every time I hear a publisher or developer this E3 saying, by the way, there are no loot boxes. By the way, there are no microtransactions. Because I kind of got the sense, as soon as that Hitman, you know, reveal happened, that was a recurring theme that we were going to get. Like, that we were going to be hearing a lot of, like, by the way, none of that thing you hate. Did any of you guys start to get that sense? Like, and if so, like, when did you start to get that feeling that we were going to?
Well, you know, when EA did their conference, I think they did like 4 or 5 games where they're just like, there are no microtransactions. It's like, hey guys, by the way, no loot boxes, and it's just this is the world where they have to walk back that nonsense, and I am relishing them doing it. Like I feel like if the industry as a whole didn't put their foot down about this, they would have started sneaking loot boxes into everything forever until someone said something about it. And now the whole industry's walking around, you know, tail between their legs, like, hey man, we have this game and we like it and we want you to like it too. And so we took out the stuff that you've already told us that you didn't like, we swear.
The other thing I really liked was I noticed that games that still did have microtransactions were very clear about being, these are cosmetic microtransactions. They are not pay to win.
Yeah.
You do not get better gear from buying stuff in this game. And like, good. That's how it should be.
And I think I know which game you're specifically talking about, Tegan, and I think we'll get to that when we talk about EA's press conference. Kind of pushing through some more of the stuff that happened before the conferences. Let's see here. Dead or Alive 6 got announced. Any thoughts?
Did you hear about the fanboys?
As our fighting game community correspondent, Rocky, how do you feel about them announcing a Dead or Alive 6 and specifically making a point of promising less jiggling?
I think less jiggle is good. There are people in the fringe sections of the FGC who disagree and argue to the point that they would rather not play the game with less jiggle. I'd argue that Dead or Alive is already a complicated game to begin with, and removing jiggle may actually make it playable for most of the FGC. So that would be cool. I'd be interested in that.
I'm gonna say that less jiggle is not necessarily a good thing, because part of the appeal of Dead or Alive is specifically the really bad jiggle physics. So it should stay, or at least have an optional turn on, turn off.
Well, I think that's the problem, Tegan, is that these people are complaining there is no more turn on.
I know, right? So if you're gonna turn it off, really, you should be able to also turn it on should you choose. Then I could have jiggle physics, and maybe Rocky doesn't want jiggle physics. And then you could use it as a fighting tactic. Do you use jiggle physics to try and outwit your opponent because then they're staring at your titties?
Okay, so 2 things. One, jiggle physics are turned off by default in tournament play. Like, that's just... It's in every rule set ever.
That's no fun.
And... like, the problem with jiggle physics is that it makes it difficult to take the game seriously. Like, I mean, it's mostly just cheese, especially since, Dead or Alive's, like, flow is really input specific, where you have to watch, like, how the mix-up is going out to see whether or not you can interrupt with a hold. Like, dealing with, like, jiggle physics in addition to, like, the characters moving and, like, particle effects, it's too much. Like, it's not worth the trouble. So, like, if they're taking out jiggle physics, what that tells me is that Dead or Alive is trying to grow up and see if they can be a part of, like, actual tournament scenes. Like, I don't think they'll make it to EVO right away, but it could do something like Combo Breaker or even CEO a couple years from now. But
Rocky, do you think that this means the end of the volleyball side series?
I mean, maybe their volleyball side series, like, that seems like something that they probably won't want to talk about anymore.
Or does it mean that maybe the volleyball side series will have the jiggle physics turned up to 11?
No,
to make up for the lack
of
jiggle physics in the fighting game.
I would say that could be a possibility if beach volleyball actually sold well, and it didn't.
Well, the problem is that like, the second one was garbage. Like, the third one didn't even release in the US because they were understandably embarrassed of it. I mean,
yeah.
And the reason that people loved the first one had nothing to do with jiggle physics. It was like fucking Animal Crossing with volleyball. But...
Well, Brian, I would like to agree with you, but I don't know if you remember this, but back when I was, a budding teenager, there was a magazine that I used to read, Electronic Gaming Monthly, and when the first beach volleyball game came out, they published a fake cheat code in their April issue, suggesting that if you could finish the story mode in under 13 minutes, which you can actually do by literally losing every game and just get into the credits, you could unlock a nude code, and EGM got thousands of angry letters from young men and possibly some older men who attempted that cheat code and were upset when it did not work. I think there was actually someone that actually mailed in a video, and it was like a VHS tape of like themselves angrily screaming to the point of tears over the fact that the nude code was fake. So I don't know, Brian. I'm pretty sure it had at least a little bit to do with the jiggle physics. Oh no! Did I just talk and no one heard me?
No, we heard you. We're considering the gravity of the sadness of the thing that you have just said.
Yeah, but like I feel like Dead or Alive. Well, I didn't really know that they made the third one. But I know they made the sequel, and they haven't sold well. And that was them going full sexy. Like that was their plan. Like, they did the sexy fighter, and they couldn't keep up with other fighters. Even newer fighters that were popping up, even though Dead or Alive had their own pedigree already. So they tried to go full sexy with the volleyball game, and that didn't carry even Dead or Alive numbers. It did some numbers, but, like, it definitely wasn't phenomenal.
But the first one had all of this, like, really cool, like, Animal Crossing-esque relationship management stuff, where, like, you were trying to figure out who to spend time with, who to do favors for, who to get presents for, who to deliver stuff for. It could be very well that like somebody's like, "Hey, can you give this present to somebody else?" And then you're like, "Oh well, what happens if I complete this favor?" And so there was all this like relationship management stuff. Plus, there was the really fucking cool mini games that used the original Xbox's analog buttons. So like when you were doing stuff like running across the floating pads in the pool, like how, like it actually would react to how hard your button press was. Like the first one was a cool fucking game, and it just seems like they cynically decided for years with that property in both the volleyball side stuff and in the core game, like people like jerking it, and I'm kind of glad they're recognizing that people may possibly buy products for reasons other than jerking it. So
it only took them 30 years, man.
I thought for sure when you were gonna say who to get presents for, I thought you were gonna say who to get pregnant, and I was real concerned. I was like, I did not know that was a mechanic in this fighting game. Oh no!
It's.
Jesus.
It's amazing. First you have to beat up a car and then get somebody pregnant. It's amazing.
Oh, God. Well, I mean, that's just Ken's story mode, right? Like, that's exactly what happened in, Street Fighter 2 and 3. And then he just ditches his pregnant wife to keep fighting, his boyfriend or whatever. Oh, man.
Oh, jeez.
Fucking Street Fighter.
So,
there's also Sakura who's trying to get pregnant.
Yeah. So was there anything from the pre-3 stuff that like really hopped out? Like there were two things from the pre-3 stuff that really hopped out at me, and I guess 3 things that gave me the tingles. Hitman 2 obviously gave me all the tingles, and you know the Tetris Effect gave me the tingles. But also this Generation Zero from Avalanche Studios. Mm-hmm. Ooh, yeah, I'm here for that too.
That was the most sensual sound, Brian.
He's feeling it.
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable.
Hey, y'all.
Please, no!
Hey.
We are not doing that podcast this time, Brian. That's later.
I'm here for Generation Zero. So was there any stuff from the pre-E3 that like got you tight in the pants, Rocky?
I don't know about tight in the pants, but like Tetris Effect seems cool. I feel like this might not be the best time for it. Like I feel like that's a game that I feel like should have come out earlier than now, because that tech seems really accessible. But I want to see how it feels, because it looks cool, and I definitely would like to possibly lull myself to sleep with like Tetris Effect gameplay. But I want to see how it feels to actually play that kind of Tetris. I want to see if I get like the actual like brain expanding like feels that I hope it's trying to give me. Let me see. I don't think there was anything that really jumped out at me from pre-3. I mean, there's definitely things I reacted to, like Dead or Alive 6, but I don't really need Dead or Alive 6, and I hope they make the case that, or convince me that I need it, I guess.
Did you see Generation Zero?
I saw a bit of Generation Zero, but honestly, it just reminded me of PUBG, and I kind of just want to play more PUBG.
So you looked at those giant fucking robots, and your takeaway was PUBG.
Kinda, yeah. But it wasn't just like the robots. I feel like the shooting was very similar.
Okay, I'll buy that. What about you, Tegan? Did anything from pre-E3 give you the swamp crotch?
I do believe we already went over the fact that I did not pay attention to anything that came out pre-E3 because I'm hella late with Starbucks.
Okay.
As usual.
She was at Starbucks. She wasn't looking at her phone.
I wasn't looking at my phone. To be fair, anything that was like, this thing's being announced, I was like, well, somebody probably fucking leaked it and just ignored it.
Oh, man.
I am the worst. I was like, oh, it must be a leak. Oh, no. And, like, that was it.
Did you guys see SNK's totally not advanced and ahead of time hilarious 12-minute press conference today?
No. What?
Yeah. So SNK must have been like, hey, guys, everybody's having a press conference, or not. Everybody's in LA, or not. How about we send out the most hilarious dork ever? And, alright, this guy's name was fucking, and I'm not even kidding here. I had to write this down. The guy who hosted the SNK press conference was named Hand to Jesus Max Powers. His name was Max Powers.
Okay.
He looks like a man named Max Powers. Like...
Does this guy have any history, or do you think he was just like an actor?
I don't know with this dude. You know,
is he possibly related to Festival Hardbody? Are they cousins?
We gotta ask Festival. Get that guy.
Man, conceivably, I would believe it. Like, you know that voice that 16-year-olds try to put on when they're trying to buy liquor?
No, but okay.
How's it go, Brian? For our listeners.
Hello there, I would like to purchase a pint of your finest vodka. I have a grown-up voice.
I feel like only kids whose parents don't drink try to purchase, like, liquor that way.
So that was how Max Powers talked. Like, actually.
Oh, boy.
It was amazing. This guy, just fucking A. I'm gonna have to put a picture of Max Powers up on our Facebook because yes, there are individual like game-related announcements so far from E3 that I've liked more, but so far for me, for the person winning E3 is Max Powers. This guy was amazing. Like, you guys have got to hear this guy fucking talk.
At the SNK?
So they talked about their Neo Geo Mini.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Max Powers, he's out there and he's like, hello there and welcome. SNK is releasing the Neo Geo Mini. And you're like, you okay, bro? And he's like, with a 3.5-inch screen. Like, I did not know what to make of the way this guy was fucking talking. I was honestly amazed. And like he was making faces. Like if you had told me that was the beginning of a Devolver press conference, I would have believed you. I thought that at any moment the guy's head might have taken off like a rocket ship. It would just. He was that much of a weirdo.
Oh god! All
right. He managed to convince me that I'm pretty much getting a Neo Geo Mini, but I did not realize that SNK was growing PR people in a fucking laboratory in order to discuss their new products.
Oh boy.
Yeah, dude, SNK is just a front now for like Monsanto or something.
Hello there. Hello there.
Oh Jesus. Who is this the small child?
That is Max Powers.
This is the child they allowed to host a press conference?
Yeah.
Poor child.
No, it's two kids on standing on each other's shoulders.
It's two kids in a trench coat with a very good cosplay mask
Max
on.
Powers is Vincent Adult Man?
Vincent Adult.
Oh, I assumed it was Joe Schmo.
Like, hello, I'm Max Powers. I like R-rated movies. And full sensual breasts. I'm going to have an adult beer now. Do you have any cigarettes?
Max Powers, if you're a real person and that is your real name, 1, your parents are amazing for giving you the best internet name ever. And 2, I'm sorry.
And 3, if you are actually named Max Powers and you actually sound like that, is there a reason that you are not holding it down in the porn industry right now? Like,
oh, good question.
Yeah, like, is there a reason that he is not working it with Yoshi, who is too horny to work out?
No, we're not talking about Yoshi anymore. I'm done.
No.
I'm scarred and I'm done.
No, twink porn star Yoshi, not the dinosaur. But okay, all right. So I guess that's pre-3. You guys want to talk about EA?
Sure, man. Let's do it. We got to get through it to get to the good stuff.
I guess we could talk about EA. I mean, they did some stuff. It's cool.
So, what'd y'all think of that EA press conference?
It wasn't good, man.
The first thing that made an impression for me was that as opposed to having it hosted by a member of their staff like they have done in years past, them sending out a hired shill, like, it's like, like, you're literally going to bring in a fucking ringer to host your press conference. Like, hi, I'm Andrea Renee. No, I am not an employee of EA. And yes, you do remember me from hosting the Nintendo World Championships last year. But here I am. Like, It definitely struck me as the first thing from their press conference that says, we're embarrassed to be having a press conference.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first thing that that tipped me off was the size of the room. It's tiny.
Yep.
So small. I was like, oh, whoops.
Yep.
Okay.
And what's weird is they were hosting it in the same location and same theater as they did last year, which means that what they were doing was just seating far fewer people and pushing all of their, like, wide shot cameras in closer. Just, like, it really seems like they wanted no part of having as many people in there as possible because of, like, the implications for it. Like, so EA's conference, definitely early contender for cringiest shit possible. And not even from, like, a fun cringe standpoint, like a Max Powers, like, where you're like, what the fuck is this lunacy? It was more like, oh man, you guys really shit in your own bed, didn't you? Like, oh man. Like,
I felt bad for a lot of the people who had to come on. I felt like the Battlefield 5 trailer looked cool, and announcing right away no loot boxes, no premium pass was good, but then, like, god damn it, it's another Royale. Another one? I'm so tired of Royales already. And then, like, later on, when, like, the Star Wars game came out, you could tell, like, shoulders up, hands in pockets, he was like, oh god, I really don't fucking want to be here, and I felt so bad for him. I'm like, poor Star Wars man, please, it's okay, it's not your fault, I understand.
do you think they offered him a blindfold and a cigarette before sending him out there? Like,
I hope they offered him, like, a fucking week vacation afterwards, because damn, he needed it. Poor thing.
Like, and just, like, the way that, he talked, like, when we launched, last year with, Battlefront, we had some missteps. It was the biggest "ya think" moment, like...
Right, but we listened to your feedback. Of course you did. Everybody flipped out. No one bought your game opening weekend, so I had the shittiest sales.
It was, and it wasn't the only time that they had to, like, stand there and eat humble pie. Like, you're like the Battlefield thing. You're like, yeah, absolutely. When they're like, yeah, no loot boxes, and
you're like, I fucking hope not.
And one of the things that really stuck out for me is that one of the things that EA makes a lot of money on is FIFA, and another thing they make a lot of money on is Madden, and just how little time they spent talking about those properties, considering how much of their total revenue they make up. And I have to wonder if the reason they didn't talk about those more is that they would have to have gotten into talking about the Ultimate Team for those games, which means them having to acknowledge that they have not completely gotten rid of loot boxes.
Yeah.
So they had to, like, rush past some of the things that make them the most money, because to dwell on them would be to acknowledge loot boxes. Was that y'all's take on it?
Kind of, yeah.
Well, pretty much.
I felt less bad for the sports group. Like, I felt bad for the group who was doing, the football, and I mean the football presentation, not the American football presentation, the proper football presentation, because one, that's E3 is not the crowd, cause it's in America, so no one cares about football, like British football, so like, or European football, whatever, fucking, so like, the fact that they had, like, the cup there and stuff was like, ooh, no one knows and no one cares. And so, like, I feel like they had a lot of energy, but then super fell flat because America doesn't care about soccer. And then right afterwards, Mr. Sports CEO came out, and we're looking at him, and I'm like, that's a $10,000 watch. Like, on his arm, and like, ooh, with all the loot box stuff, you're gonna show up with a $10,000 watch? Seriously? Like, maybe should have taken that off backstage, my dude.
Well, they're not here to pander to us, Tegan. Like,
it doesn't matter.
They're here to take our money.
Well, yeah, but everyone else shows up in, like, you know, like dad jeans and like 2 shirts, and he's like, no, I'm fancy, and I will show up with my $10,000 watch right there, and it's like, oh man.
Well, yeah, I mean, and what's weird is that, like, the only thing they really had to say about FIFA was, like, check out our new league that we licensed. We now have the license to this league that we didn't have before.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And the only reason they have the license to that league is that Konami, who makes, PES soccer, stopped pursuing that license. Like, Konami, of all people, previously had that exclusive license. So, like, it was weird to have EA out there talking about, like, hooray, we have Konami's leftovers. And we have nothing else to say about this game. Just, it struck me as very odd, like, and I get it. Like, FIFA and Madden are going to still have microtransactions in the form of, like, stuff for the Ultimate Teams. It was kind of gross, because they spent all this time with all these various games being like, there's no loot box, and there's no loot box, and there's no loot box. And then with those, they're like, yeah, soccer, okay, football, okay. Basketball, sure, why not? And it was kind of like, you know, those wacky movies where people are trying to pull off something bullshit, and they're hoping, like, the babysitter doesn't know that there's a pizza stuck on the ceiling or whatever, or there's a guy hiding behind a plant, you know? It struck me as that kind of bullshit. Like, EA did not want us to notice the pizza on the ceiling and the guy hiding behind the plant. And EA, I have to let you know, I see your ass. I see it. I see your ass, EA. It was also funny to see the one victory lap that they really bothered to take. Because, like, they didn't really take a victory lap with Star Wars, which is a thing they would normally do. Oh, speaking of Star Wars, when they fucking, like, sat Andrea Renee down in the crowd beside Vince Zampella from Respawn to be like, hey, Vince, your Star Wars game is nowhere near ready to show. Care to acknowledge that Star Wars is a property that EA continues to hold a license for?
Right.
And all he really has to say is like, why, yes, it has Jedis in it.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Like...
I tweeted out, let me see. Wait, where is it? There it is. Jedi Fallen Order? You play as a Jedi? No way. Yep. Fallen I have. Up I cannot get.
Oh, man.
Like, geez, guys, come on.
It really struck me as the most, like, hackneyed bullshit. Also, who the fuck brags about General Grievous? Who's like, hey, guys, we got General Grievous now. Suck these tits. Like, General Grievous? Fucking General Grievous? He's, like, history's worst robot. Like, he's a coughing robot who moves his arms in a windmill.
I actually want to see that list of, like, history's worst robots. Like, just the top 5 would be sufficient.
Yep.
I probably
and fucking add us. Add us on our Facebook. Right. Tell us all about history's worst robots. We want to see your top 5. But fucking A, like, there's poor Vince Zampella, like, hey, Star Wars, right? Yup, doing Star Wars. Do you have anything to show? Nope, not at this time. Okay, thanks.
We're doing the Clone Wars, and we have a squad system now, so you can actually play with your friends, and we still haven't fucked with the loot boxes. Please don't hurt me, please. Oh, poor man on stage. Go, as soon as you get into the backstage, please get like 10 drinks. Complimentary. Please, Lord, you need all the shots. Please, and then go on vacation.
All the shots.
You need all the shots, and you need to go on vacation.
They give him a drink and they immediately put him on a plane, never to be seen again.
No, he gets to go to Hawaii and like chill for a week.
Well, I guess back to Victory Lap. them taking a victory lap on a way out was like kind of hilarious to me.
Mm-hmm.
Them also acknowledging the fact that like Joseph Ferris is a complete fucking wild man. They're like, you may remember Joseph Ferris from the Game Awards, you know, and like cutting to like that shot of Joseph Ferris like being a wild man. I'm like, man, like
what a good guy. Like, please.
And they know what they got a hold of there. Just like how,
and the fact that they're like, hey, we already like he's already gonna be working on something else. I was like, okay, good.
Yeah.
Like, I want more of that content.
And of course, they had nothing to say with it, but like because for all we know at this point, it's just a fucking napkin that Joseph Ferris has written on that just says something like "sexy robots?" question mark.
You know what,
Brian? You know you would want to read that napkin.
I vision his room, his like storyboard room, as like that one from is it The Good Place, where like all the like the board is just like miscellaneous papers with the red string and pins, and he's just sitting in the middle looking like a crazy person trying to explain the idea for the next game. They're like, we need your interpreter. Where is your interpreter?
Oh no.
It requires 4 players, and one of them uses a xylophone.
I'd play that game. I'm down.
A xylophone peripheral. Let's go.
Right.
I guess.
But yeah, like it was kind of hilarious. It kind of reminded me of the Vince Zampella and the crowd thing because they have nothing to show for it at this point. All they can do is say like, "Hey, we still write this guy checks." And like that's all they did say. They're just like, "Hey, you may have not hated A Way Out. Feel free to not hate whatever Joseph Ferris's next game is."
I'm ready to not hate whatever Joseph Ferris's next game is.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
It just did it strike either of you guys as like kind of desperate? Considering they didn't have anything to show at all from him.
I mean, it is like entirely too soon.
Yeah.
From what I know. So, like, it only makes sense to me. And I guess them mentioning it, like, they're just trying to dig for whatever clout they can still get.
Yep.
Because, like, they don't have clout right now. Like,
right.
Everybody, like, EA's on everyone's shit list. To be fair, they've kind of always been on my personal shit list, but now they're on everyone's. Now that's the wave.
Although I feel like, they did do a very smart thing and bring out the most pure individual with the Yarny 2, the Unravel 2 game. Like,
oh yeah.
Oh my god, he was on stage and I was like, it's the man, the pure innocent man. He's so excited about his game, and he's just like, and this is all about making new connections, and like, you can play with friends. And I was like, I can play with friends! I was so excited. I was like, okay, Unravel 2 is good. I'm excited. We literally, really like, funny. As soon as it was over, we bought the game. Like, Alex and I are ready to play.
Nice. No, they did a post interview with the developer of Unravel 2, and they asked the obvious questions like, "Hey, so why isn't this out on Switch?" And he was like, "Well, you know, we have a really small team, and we just try to get it out the door. But also, when we saw that the Switch was coming out, we were like mid-development, and we were just like, shit, like." That's exactly where this needs to be. And like, they just can't do it now. Too deep. And I'm like, oh, rip that guy. That sucks.
It was nice to hear, like, even if it was just vaguely when they mentioned FIFA, you know, like, and, you know, FIFA's on Switch again. I was surprised to not hear the Switch acknowledged for Madden. I kind of feel like it would have been pretty obvious for EA to do a pivot on Madden quickly enough to support the Switch. It feels like bad business to not. Speaking of bad business, though, there seemed to be a whole bunch of people angry about Command and Conquer Rivals. Like, a lot of angry people.
I didn't even realize that was... Okay, I thought... Here's what happened. the transition from Madden 19 to Command and Conquer Rivals, so we had a bunch of people over to watch the EA stream, and we were both like, wait, the new Madden is an RTS? What? And then it was like, oh, wait, this is a totally different game. Oh. And, Alex made a joke about it, and I don't remember what the joke was because I had a mouthful of soda, and I immediately inhaled with my mouth closed, so the soda went into my nose and my lungs, and I started choking, and then I had to just open my mouth so that all the soda would just spill out because I couldn't breathe, and I almost drowned because the transition was so bad. It was such a poorly done transition that I was just dying. I literally almost died. EA almost killed me. Not clickbait. I was choking and sputtering, and I had to do, like, Alex and I did a thing that lets Alex know, like, I need my inhaler, but I don't have enough air to tell you that I need my inhaler. Like, it was that bad. And then every time I breathed in for the next 10 minutes, I just felt carbonation bubbles popping in my lungs. It was awful.
Yeah, that's a weird feeling.
How do you guys feel about the thing? Because, like, I feel like I have the wrong opinion about it, because I was like, yeah, if this doesn't suck, I could be into it. I could go for, like, a little Command and Conquer on my phone. But I feel like I'm in the minority there.
I don't need it. Don't need it. And then Rocky says,
no. I don't. I don't need it on my phone, but I need very few games on my phone. Like, at the moment, like, the only things that I have that qualify as games on my phone are Pokemon Go, Thunder Dogs, and Duolingo, and I'm cool with that. Like, I play fighting games twice a week. I have my Switch for everything that I don't play on PS4. I still have Monster Hunter. And even in the off chance that I don't want to play any of those games for some dumbass reason, I still have Persona 5, Cosmic Star Heroine, and, like, the rest of my actual Steam library. Like, I don't know. Maybe if Brandon Johnson was on my phone? No, don't do that. I hope whoever made that game doesn't hear me. But yeah, I don't know. I have already seen Jim Sterling call this game Command and Credit Cards, which I think is kind of funny, but I don't know, man. Like, I think it's fine, but outside of a nostalgia buy, I don't see it really making that much traction. Because the RTS that's, like, offered by Command and Conquer doesn't seem that more deep or even, like, interesting than a lot of the mobile RTS games that are already out there.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I think that y'all's position is probably a hell of a lot closer to reality, and it's possible that, like, I'm just kind of being charmed by the idea of Command and Conquer, but this is not the Command and Conquer I remember. This is drag your phone around and give us $5. Yeah. Also, importantly enough, this was not one of those games where they're like, there are no microtransactions or loot boxes, because you could better fucking believe that game is going to have both of those.
Oh, hell yeah, it does.
Yep.
I think it really only leaves 2 games left from EA that we haven't touched on yet, which, there's the big one that I think we're supposed to care about, and then there's the one that I actually care about. The one I actually care about is Sea of Solitude.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be great.
I love that it's a game about loneliness, and that they're calling it SOS.
Yep.
That just feels so right, not just in the like obviously Sea of Solitude, haha, SOS, haha, but also because it's a game about loneliness, it's about trying to reach out, and I feel like that's important in this moment. Like, it's the right acronym for the right game about the right thing at the right time. And it looks absolutely gorgeous. And I hope it's as good as it looks, because, oh man, I want to play that so bad.
It's incredibly visually striking, and, everything, like, it was a good first look. And, one of my few takeaways that were positive from EA's conference is that, like, even if EA is fucking up most things, one of the things that they seem to be getting right now, is their EA partners indies relationship. Like the stuff which is leading to, like, Unravel and Fee and A Way Out and Sea of Solitude. It seems to me that whoever is in charge of that is doing a good job. That, like, I could say now, probably without hesitation, that something that I do look forward to from EA is whatever they're currently doing with independent studios. Like, they have enough of a track record at this point for me. And it seems like the people that they're engaging with are people who are, like, deeply passionate, and the money that they're getting from EA is letting them operate on a much larger scale than they might have been able to if they had only been self-funded. So, yeah, I'm here for Sea of Solitude. I'm also glad that it sounds like it's coming sooner rather than later. They said early 2019, so that's almost certainly, like, a early Q1 release. So, neato. What'd you think of it, Rocky?
I thought it looked very good. I really like the colors, and I like the quote-unquote monsters that are in it. I think they seem especially poignant when they're talking about loneliness and, like, depression. Okay. I like the Venetian feel to it, where you're kind of, like, in a town that's, like, only traversable by boat. I think that's a interesting space to build a game in. I want to see more of its, like, gameplay. Like, I want to see if it's more, like, platforming focused, or if there's some other mechanic that I'm not really, like, seeing at the moment. But the game looks good, and its themes are noticeable immediately, just by watching the trailer, and it's something that I'm interested in looking into and learning more about.
Okay. And I guess the last thing from EA's conference, which is something that is we got to talk about, is Anthem. Like, they did not. I was not sold on that video game by that presentation, like, remotely.
Wait, are we talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about Anthem.
Oh, well, yeah, man. Like, one of the things that I've seen a couple of critics talk about already is that Anthem, as described by EA, has been presented to us in a negative context. Like, there's definitely a very interesting looking world around it, but as far as, like, how the game works or how it's played, they don't really tell us how any of that happens. They just kind of tell us a bunch of stuff that they know that we don't like, that they can confirm isn't in the game. Like, I mean, a large part of it was, like, there's no microtransactions, there's no loot boxes. It's like, and, like, the suits, they work kind of like character classes, but you're not locked into them. And, like, you can customize them, but, like, not this much. And I'm like, that's cool, but, like, what are missions like? Like, what kind of skills do I get to play around with? Like, what tools are you going to give me to challenge this world? And, like, they're not telling us anything.
They showed us, the only thing they did, they showed us more of the heavy hitter, they showed us more of the ranger, and they showed us a little bit of, like, whatever the warlock class is that isn't a warlock but is a warlock. And they didn't show us any of, like, the frickin' cool-ass assassin class that I wanted to see. So, I mean, I was like, that one, the tiny one, the small, fast one, that's the one I want to be. And then it was like, I don't get to see that gameplay? Are you shitting me? Like, what the hell? We've seen every other class now, like, this game comes out in February? Can I see the class I want to play? Although I am kind of glad that, literally, one of the Javelin skins they showed was Ava 01. And I was like, fucking good,
cool.
because if I couldn't make my thing that looks like an Ava look like an Ava, I was gonna be real mad.
Like,
If I have a big robot suit, I want to be able to paint it to look like an Evangelion. Jesus.
Were either of you guys, like, taken by, like, how little gameplay they showed in that presentation, and how much just, like, infinitely looped fucking concept art it was?
That was real. That makes me nervous.
Yeah.
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 Especially since, like, last year I remember there was, like, they had uploaded videos of, like, something like 18 minutes of, like, gameplay, and, like, I didn't see anything happen.
It was all scripted. It was scripted,
You know what I mean?
gameplay.
Yep.
And then this time it was a little bit of the same trailer they showed us last year, and more of the cinematic trailer, and, like, the cinematic trailer looks cool, but the game is feeling a lot like Destiny.
No, Tegan, it's not Destiny, because, once again, it's not called Destiny.
Yeah.
But it's Destiny. It's Destiny. So, like, what makes it different from Destiny? I want to know what makes it different from Destiny. And it's not just going to be BioWare storytelling, because we know it's not it's never just the storytelling is different. Like, what makes this game different from Destiny? Like, what's going to make it so that I don't, like, play the story mode in 2 hours and then trade it back in?
I just remember there was also another negative thing that they defined for us. They told us that there will be no romances in Destiny. Like, that was news.
You
like,
mean
that was,
in Anthem?
That was something that... Sorry. What did I
no
say?
romances in Destiny.
No, I meant what I said. I said what I said. Alright? Like... Fucking... dude, I don't know anything about this game. And, like, they've been telling us about it for, what, like 2 years? And I just have no information.
Yeah.
Like,
They showed us a total of 4 minutes of gameplay in, like, a 20-minute presentation on that one game.
Yeah.
Also the bit about, like, will there be romances? And they're like, no, but you can form special friendships. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
God, I hate EA, dude. Like, I actually do. I hate them so much.
I just... Hey, you guys remember the last time BioWare was kind of gun-shy about showing gameplay?
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you about a little game called Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah. Mass Effect Andromeda was fun, and it's, like... You can get a pre-owned copy on sale at GameStop for like $11. It's definitely worth $11, but you know. Meh.
You heard it here first, folks. Mass Effect Andromeda apparently worth $11. Probably the wildest claim Tegan has ever made on this show.
The wildest? Are you sure that's the wildest claim I have ever made on this show?
I think so.
Guys, that's for the clip
show. I fucking
show.
think so.
Guys, what... I don't know. Man, didn't Tegan tell us that, like, orange food was, like, an actual diet
I
plan?
have a new orange food today. My EA orange food is the Ruffles cheddar and sour cream chips. Tasty.
I guess the only other thing which is worth mentioning from EA's conference, other than, like, Andrew Wilson, like, when they actually wheeled out the CEO to give the awkward apology, we're going to do better speech at the end. But other than that was, like, when they were like, hey guys, check out the fact that, like, EA Origins Premier is going to include new games now, not just old games, and we're developing dedicated streaming tech, so that way you can play all of our new games on whatever platform you want. Like, that seems like a lot of money to dump into, like, subscriptions and streaming, but they seemed pretty serious about it. They devoted some real time to it, and it's kind of relevant because...
Well, I think it's...
Go ahead.
Because Game Pass is coming up.
Yeah. I wonder how much more we're going to hear over the next couple days about dedicated subscription and streaming-based services.
Wait, hold on. No, because everyone's is actually changing. Because Microsoft is doing Game Pass, and they really want this trial thing to work out, you know, like... where you can just, like, pop in and, like, play, like, the first hour of a game, just trying it, and then, like, if you decide you want to buy it, then you download the full thing, and Sony is kicking Vita and PS3 off of their Now platform, and so that's definitely changing as well. And Nintendo's supposed to be launching their online subscription service this year. So if EA, if EA wants to still like compete with these types of people, and they're not going to enter the console business outright, then they probably need to move in the streaming.
There was a lot of talk earlier this year about whether or not Microsoft was just going to buy EA outright. And it kind of feels like, based on some of the stuff that Microsoft said at their own conference, that at the very least when it comes to like objectives for streaming, they're on the same page. But I definitely got the impression that the industry's second biggest third-party publisher is having a bad year. Like, they might as well have shown up with a shitty banner that said, "We're having a bad year, folks." Like, it was not a good conference. But I think the Microsoft conference was a different story.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
So, what were the big standouts for you guys?
Halo. I really liked Halo. It was cool.
Are you gonna hate me? Are you gonna hate me, Rocky, if I say Kingdom Hearts?
No, it's okay, Tegan. You can be excited about Kingdom Hearts. It's never been on Microsoft, and it's never going to be anyways.
It was like Kingdom Hearts was like, I was like, ooh, and then freaking the Cuphead DLC, but we'll get to that. We'll get to it all.
And I'm kind of shook about, as far as Kingdom Hearts goes, I am kind of shook about Aqua. Like, I was just like, what did Mickey do to Aqua? What's going on?
What happened? Who knows? We'll never find out, because half of the game stories are in different games that no one's played. It's a great time. Fuck.
Actually, between me and my youngest brother, Emery, who recently graduated, shout outs to him, we've played all of the Kingdom Hearts games at least twice.
Aw, nice. I haven't played...
So we've traded...
I've played 4 Kingdom Hearts games, at least 30 hours total, but I've never finished one.
Oh,
I'm gonna be so lost. I do...
No, it's okay, Tegan. There's a Google Doc that I can send you that will get you up to speed with visual aids and whatnot. They'll tell you everything you need to know.
Please and thank you. I'm actually excited also for Tunic.
Oh, okay, so full disclosure, I zoned out a little bit during the Microsoft conference, and so like I know it was a Cuphead DLC because like I heard the music, but I don't think I actually saw the update on Tunic, and now I'm upset because that's probably the thing that I wanted most going into that conference.
Really? Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Cuphead, you're gonna get to play as the Chalice, which is neat. She's a cute little girl. She's got a cute little skirt. I'm excited. But like with Tunic, I saw, like, as soon as Tunic started, I was like, aw, little tiny fox. Oh, he's got a green tunic. He's a little tiny fox, Link. And then he like went into the little forest, and I was like, oh, little tiny fox, like, gets a sword from the little forest. Oh my god! And I was like, hello, what? How cutie! And then it's like, oh, hello, Tunic, I want to play you. Please.
So, I'm glad, was there a release date on Tunic?
No.
No, but I want it.
I got really excited that Ori is still alive as a series.
Yeah, it looks it looks even prettier if possible.
Yeah, and it's like it's very quick, and it looks like there's even more tech, which is cool. Sekiro like spooked me, but I'm down. Because like it does it definitely gave like the real Dark Souls feels, not like Bloodborne, which is arguably Dark Souls.
Yeah, or
minus.
Neo, which is like Dark Souls slow.
Yeah, like it was just like I was watching him like, huh, like I'm looking at this dude and who like basically barfed on his sword and then started swinging at you, and I'm like, oh my god. Or like the guy with like the chain link fucking lance that's on horseback, and you can use fire to like spook his horse and then go for the
yeah.
All right. So one of the things that Phil Spencer did last year,
Cool Dad Phil Spencer
was Cool Dad Phil Spencer went to Japan because he said he wanted to build relationships with Microsoft's Japanese partners. And that was one of the things that was kind of one of my check boxes for the conference today was like,
Cool Dad Phil Spencer got Japan games?
Yes. And like doing stuff like having Kingdom Hearts 3 on their stage, having From Software on their stage, essentially announcing the reason that like Tales of Vesperia hasn't yet come to backwards compatibility is because there is going to be a remake which includes all the content that was originally cut from the US release before. God, what were some of the other like Japanese games? Oh, Devil May Cry.
Nier Automata. Oh yeah, Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah.
Nier Automata. I'm gonna buy it.
So I think I'm actually in love with Dante, not Dante's new partner.
No, she's not new. That's Kate.
Like her.
That's
That
Kate.
is Kate? Really? Okay.
Um,
Kate.
yeah. Also, did Devil May Cry 5 kind of feel like that it is a game that definitely exists in a post Bayonetta world?
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely a post Bayonetta game. Like, if you told me that Devil May Cry and Bayonetta now existed in the same universe, I would just be like, yes, they do.
Yeah.
100%.
And like I definitely felt the influence of like of Bayonetta there. Also Bandai Namco fucking announcing Jump Force. That was wild.
Oh my god, no. I'm not okay with Jump Force. I'm
Wait,
not.
really? Why?
This is a fan fiction nightmare. It's a fan fiction.
Oh, of course it is.
Like, this is what you can't feasibly have Naruto versus Goku versus Luffy because they all have different power ceilings in their worlds. So like that's gonna be a fucking mess.
Yeah.
And then you just throw Light Yagami on the fucking roof at the end of it. Like he knows he's gonna know everybody's game and one hit everybody. Like what the shit? How's that gonna work?
But
how are you gonna balance
so
that?
Tegan, the thing is, the important thing is that thanks to Jump Force, the longest fan fiction that has ever been written about the subspace emissary may actually have a challenger in the fan fiction fight.
The
Jump
reason
Force.
that Jump Force and so many other things were brought up was that there was a kind of a question before the table that I think is worth addressing, which is Phil Spencer, talking about his commitment to greater engagement with Microsoft's Japanese partners. Did this press conference keep that promise?
Sort of. I feel like there is more Japanese.
I'd say hesitantly yes, or maybe optimistically yes, because a lot of this stuff, like I want to see the follow through on more Japanese titles coming to Xbox, not just stuff that is going to do well because it's weeby.
Well, I it's weird because of like all these titles that they talked about, like Devil May Cry, and like that one feels like an easy one because we know that Capcom loves to take money from Microsoft. And we know that Bandai Namco has already been, a good partner to Microsoft and bringing shit to them, even though it's not really going to be the place where the community will live. Like, Dragon Ball Fighters is on Xbox One, even though nobody plays it there.
Well, some people
Yeah,
play
I'd
it
say a
there.
lot of people do.
I mean, the tournament standard is PS4. That's definitely true. But I mean, people like Maximilian stream on like Xbox One every day. Like PG Punk plays on an Xbox Pad, and to the point where he goes to tourneys and he uses a conversion cable to plug in his Xbox Pad to the PS4.
The stuff that actually made me more optimistic was the Tales of Vesperia reveal, and the re-release. The release of Nier Automata, because Square Enix had previously said pointedly that they were not going to put Nier Automata on Xbox. I mean, that was something that they had made a point of saying. They're like, that they were not going to do it because the console had done very poorly in Japan, and there wasn't a lot of interest in Xbox in Japan, so they didn't want to do the work for Nier because they wouldn't be releasing it in that territory. And it seems like those are things that would have required much more specific, candlelight dinners and sexy talk, like, hey guys, we couldn't help but notice you got that 2B. Mm-hmm. Can we get some of that 2B?
Oh god.
So
that's a booty that we would love to see in 4K.
Yeah.
Can we interest you in parting with that exclusivity so we can see the booty?
Yep.
Do we know if someone is do we know if shit, now I can't remember the name of the studio. But do we know that the port to Xbox is being handled by the original developer? Because, I mean, one of the things that Microsoft made a point of saying throughout its presentation is that they added, 5
Yeah, we should talk about that. Like, they...
Yeah.
Again, one of the things we talked about earlier this year was, is Microsoft going to buy a studio? And I guess the answer is, they're going to buy 5.
Yeah, they created the Initiative, and then they got Undead Labs, Playground Games, Ninja Theory, and Compulsion Games. 5 new studios. There's a lot.
I'm actually really excited about We Happy Few from Compulsion Games, to the point that I thought to myself for a second, shit, do I need to buy an Xbox? But I don't know. We'll see.
I'm interested in. I wasn't interested in We Happy Few before, and now I am. And the fact that it's going to be out of beta, that makes me more interested because I know it's still in beta currently. So I'm ready to see it out of beta. Why did we beep the F-bomb out of the presentation? We're all adults here. Just leave.
Are we
leave I'm 12, and you're letting me swear on this podcast and exposing me to booty. So
Yeah, we're just irresponsible adults.
Right, exactly. No, so it's fine.
Well, irresponsible children. Brian's the only adult here. Brian, shame on you.
I'm a bad person.
Shouldn't be exposing.
But man, so they went and they bought that fucking Ninja Theory. Mm-hmm.
Let's get it.
That's wild to me.
Well, I mean, I feel like a lot of Phil Spencer's moves lately have been let's look at these people that are doing good stuff and give them more money, which is, stuff that, Sega should be doing, but they're not. But, whatever. It's fine.
I think that one of the things that kind of unites a lot of these studio acquisitions, and I don't say this about Playground Games because I don't know enough about the nuts and bolts of the history of the Forza series, other than the fact that this makes sense. Playground has been making Forza games for Microsoft for years now, and just like how Microsoft bought the people, created a dedicated studio for Gears and had a dedicated studio for Halo, having a dedicated studio for Forza makes sense, and no longer having to write outsourcing checks for it makes sense. The fact that Playground is going to have a second studio that's working on something mysterious, it's come on, let's just admit it. It's fucking Fable. You've got Playground making Fable. Let's just admit it. We all know. But the other stuff, the other acquisitions, definitely I think speak to giving money to people who are doing things at work and having agility. Compulsion may have gotten some pushback from that initial We Happy Few reveal, but they have been really rapidly responsive to community feedback, which is not something that a lot of people do effectively in the early access space. A lot of people kind of move slowly, even though in theory, the reason that you're in early access is to get player feedback. It seems like the real reason most people are in early access is just to get player money.
Yeah, well, man, like, not everyone can do comment-driven content, Like,
but, Undead Labs has been a huge hit maker for Microsoft. Like, State of Decay has been one of those things that people are like, shit, man, do I need an Xbox for State of Decay? Like, it's been one of those. It's sold very well for them, and Hellblade was a hell of a hit last year for Ninja Theory, and they did Hellblade with a 20-person team. It was not even their full studio. They segmented off 20 people and said, you 20 guys go do this. Everyone do double duty. You're going to do your job and you're going to do mocap. Like, I look forward to seeing what some of these labs do and one of these studios do when they have more funding. Like, it is evident that Microsoft is definitely got a stronger commitment to internal development. Like, I am happy to see this. Like, this was part of what I wanted. Like, I don't think I would have been happy with just a single reveal, like, kind of like they bring up the lights and they're like, hey guys, we own Capcom, fuck you, or like, hey guys, we own like,
it's like everything's Killer Instinct now. Like, fuck Street Fighter.
Right.
Like,
yep.
Oh my god.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, like, but I think that, like, a
so
single
upset.
showy studio acquisition would probably be less meaningful than getting lots of smaller studios that could be, like, cranking multiple titles at a time.
Can we also say, The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit?
Yay!
That looks
I'm
neat.
so excited. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. It looks so cute. And I love them. I like Don't Nod. Don't Nod is good. Don't Nod is good.
Don't Nod has got a lot of irons in the fire because
yeah, they do.
They just put out Vampire.
Mm-hmm.
They've got this Captain Spirit. They got Twin Mirror, which was revealed on Friday, which looks great. And they also, we know that they are working on the actual sequel to Life is Strange. Not the prequel. They're working on the sequel. So, like, that's at least 3 different projects they have in active development right now.
Well, I think Captain Spirit's done, because if I remember correctly, I think they announced that it's coming out, like, near the end of this month for free on the Xbox Live Store.
Yeah, that's what I think they said. I got too excited and I didn't actually, I didn't tweet anything other than another great soundtrack in the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, heck yeah. So I was too hyped with the trailer.
Yeah, it's gonna be a free download on June 26th. Nice. So Spirit is...
So we'll be talking about that.
Like yeah.
For sure.
I'm actually kind of interested in Session, because it looks like, a skating game in the spirit of cool skating games.
I think
it had my heart pounding.
Really?
I'm here for it.
Yeah, it had the bars. The dude was like hitting some real kickflips. The dude fell and he didn't just fall, he ate it. And like the dude looked legitimately like hurt, both physically and emotionally. And I'm like, fuck, that's what skating's
We
like.
have talked about on this show how Brian misses the extreme sports genre of video game. And I was watching that and I was like, oh man, don't break my heart. Don't break my fucking heart.
I thought it was a Tony Hawk game.
Yeah, but Tony Hawk's done. He's
I know, but I was like, I thought a game I thought was a new Tony Hawk game. I hurt.
But guys, we're getting 2 expansions for Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
And like,
they
look
do.
Cool.
I like Lava World. I'm down with Lava World, and I'm also down with Ghost Ship showing up. That'll be fun. Like,
then and like the new PUBG mode looks cool with all the costumes and like the stages and whatnot. Shit looks cool, man.
New maps, War Mode,
like,
Division 2 is coming.
Yeah, Division 2 looked good. And, like, they did a really scripted,
Yeah,
like,
I
session.
hate scripted voiceovers. That's not how we talk when we're playing games. We're like, fuck, dead, on the right shit, I'm dead. Like, that's...
No, but there was a really good moment in it, though, that I think they captured the spirit, where, like, near the beginning, they trash a dude, and he's like, hey, man, dude, you're still at level 27? And he's just like, yeah, man, I've been
please,
busy. And it's just
we
like,
gotta get you leveled up. Yeah, please help. I've been busy. Like, yep, that's accurate. And then it just went downhill.
That felt real. Yeah. Like, when they got that one dude, and then all of a sudden he gets hit by the rocket, and it's just like, well, yeah, that's
Did
scripted.
the
Like,
Division 2 showcase do more to engage you with that kind of world than the Anthem showcase did?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember watching the Anthem, like, presentation, and I'm just like, man, this looks cool, but I don't know if I actually want to play it. And I was watching the Division 2, and I was like, this seems like a good time. Like, I could sit down and play this right now.
Yeah, that was kind of my takeaway as well. And I did not buy the first Division game. I did not play the first Division game. But, like, watching this, I was like, I could fuck with this. You know, like...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not a shooter, but I might be interested in this shooter.
Right. It seemed like they did a better job of establishing, like, a narrative and a world in a way that, like, things would fuck around. And, like, I was like, okay, all right, good job. Like, yes, you have terrible scripted, like, team chatter, which always sounds like, hello, Dolores, let us go get loot to take back to our base. You know, it just... but I think that overall, that, like, they did a good job conveying it. Like, it means I'm interested to see what Ubisoft has to say about it tomorrow. Like, it was cool that, like, they had some stage time with Microsoft today. Also, apparently, Crackdown 3 is still a video game and exists. And
yeah, yo, but, like, so if Terry Cruz's voiceover literally made that presentation,
I hope it is as fun to play as the voiceover was to listen to.
Yeah.
So,
because, like, Terry Crews was just lit, like, he was just popping off, and I was like, all right, Terry, let's go, man.
But I have some concerns about dearest Microsoft.
Dearest, darlingest Microsoft.
Dearest,
company.
darlingest Microsofts. You may have noticed that you are releasing the Crackdown 3 on February the 22nd. This may not be the best of ideas.
Because.
Well, there are other video games which are coming out that day.
What, like what? Like what, may I ask?
Well, Anthem is coming out that day.
So are you saying that Crackdown 3 is going to have to compete with Destiny?
Why, yes. And, like, it's not just Anthem that day. Like, apparently video games now come out on February 22nd, 2019. Like, that's the way it works.
Yeah, right?
Like,
yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Kingdom Hearts 3 actually might get pushed to that date, if it ever comes out.
But, on Thursday, so it went back during pre-3, Sony was like, hey guys, Days Gone, coming February 22nd. And then EA was like, hey everybody, Anthem, coming February 22nd. And then earlier in the same fucking press conference, when they were showing Metro Exodus, they're like, Metro Exodus coming February 22nd.
Yep.
And then Crackdown 3, February 22nd. What the fuck is going on, guys?
Dude, let's go. What, 4 shooters on the same day? Let's go.
It's a battle royale. It's the newest battle royale. 4 shooters get released on the same day. Only one does well.
February 22nd jumps out of a plane. Like, somebody's getting fired. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know where that guy works, but he's getting fired.
Man. They're going to throw that guy
Oh my god, damn. Like, what a... And I knew that it was something that we would have to talk about today just because, like, we are 2 press conferences in, and there are 4, like, several $1 million AAA, all the, like, bet on black, all our money is riding on this fucking games coming out of the same day. Like, yeah. I gotta, and I think that if somebody has to blink first in this case, it has to be Microsoft, because I don't think that, like, there's really all that much enthusiasm around Crackdown 3.
I disagree. I think Anthem blinks. Anthem gets pushed, and I think it blinks. Because it's not ready yet.
No, I think Anthem should blink, but they're not gonna. Like, I think they're gonna fuck this up. Like,
oh, Jesus.
And let's be clear, like, any blinking that's going to go on is going to be tiny blinks because everybody still wants it out by the end of fiscal.
Yeah.
It'll be like, now moving to any other day in March, you know, just,
Nope, it'll be, was supposed to be, let me look. Let me jump ahead in my calendar to February. It's gonna be jump up to the 15th, which is right after Valentine's Day. Perfect. Girls, ladies, get your man, take him to the midnight release of that video game he wants. There you go. That's your Valentine's Day date. It's gonna be moved ahead to the 26th, which is a Tuesday. And that's about it. Maybe out like March 8th. Those are the days. Calling it.
But Microsoft had 2 different games with February 22nd release dates on their stage.
Yep.
You don't think that somebody was like, hey, Bob.
Right.
Have you noticed that we've got 2, and Sony announced a major first-party title release date on Thursday?
Right.
Like,
I wonder if all the pre-release stuff was specifically to avoid leaks.
Oh my god.
I'm sure it was.
It feels like there was some real bed shitting here.
I feel like the people who plan the game releases didn't like all meet up at a bar like they usually do. They were like, we'll just reschedule, it'll be fine, And then they
the secret video game Illuminati?
Like, yeah, exactly. And they never got to it.
How do I get that job? That job sounds great.
Oh, God.
I think we could do it. I'll work for Nintendo. Brian can work for Microsoft. You can work for Sony. We'll just meet up and we'll just be like, okay, so what's good for you? No, that doesn't work for me. That's when the new Zelda's coming out.
And we remember what happened to Sony when they tried that. How about that Horizon? But yeah, I mean, what's funny is I look at these 4 games. The one I am most interested in, like, if I'm in a position where I have to pick one out of those 4 games, it's gonna be Metro Exodus, because that looks fucking great. But I feel like there's enough...
I mean, that's a fair point. That's a very fair point.
Oh.
I might pick up all those games, but, like, I'm only putting one in my console.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty, yep, we talked about Cuphead, we talked about Tiny Fox Link, we talked about Bandai Namco, Dying Light 2, the modern Dark Ages set in not England.
Wow.
Can we talk about the modern Dark Ages not set in England, but very much set in England?
We certainly can, but I do just want to reemphasize that it was nice to see Metro Exodus again, and it looks even better, and I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, definitely. But I don't think anyone disagrees with you.
Yeah. It's weird because, like, Metro Exodus at this point is just, like, one of my most, like, given values. Like, they really don't need to tell me any more about that game. I am going to buy it. I did not expect to be super excited for fucking Dying Light 2. I did not expect to be like, oh my god, I need Dying Light 2 right now. But oh my god, guys, I need Dying Light 2 right now. Jesus.
Right? When it was like, your choices have consequences and everything, my first thought was like, sure they do. And then they were showing it, and I was like, oh, they do. That's interesting.
Yep. And even better, like when they did that and they showed like just that waterfall effect of that one decision, and then the person who gets sent out on stage to talk out the game is fucking Chris Avallone. I'm like, holy shit! Like, you guys got Chris Avallone to write your fucking game? Like, all right,
right?
Wow. And just as a quick summary of like this guy's credentials. Chris Avallone, Fallout 2, Planescape Torment, Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, Knights of the Old Republic 2, Neverwinter Nights 2, Fallout New Vegas, Wastelands 2, Pillars of Eternity, Tyranny, like...
Whose soul was sold? Which one of you sold your soul to get Chris Avallone to write your game?
Yeah. No,
who did it?
Like, it looks fucking amazing. Like, it looks so good. And I am way on board for like a game which has that kind of like narrative world building, because he is one of the people who best understands how to craft a story and games. And it's just like, oh shit, you're doing that with that guy? Oh my god. Like,
yep.
Oh.
Like, that's a game that I'm looking at it, and I can guarantee even if you, me, and Rocky make all the same decisions, all our games are gonna be frickin' different. They're gonna be different, because there's gonna be those, like, when they did the waterfall thing, and like, they were like, say you did this, and like, as it zoomed over to the new Outlook, a bunch of spots went red, because those paths are no longer accessible, and I was like, oh, dang.
Yep.
But there was stuff along the way that they, like, were missing, you know, to get to that one point.
Yep.
And I'm like, shit, this is gonna be big.
Yep. Like, wow. That was a total surprise. Like, I did not expect that to be one of the things I was most... If you had said, one of the games you will be most excited by from Microsoft's press conference is going to be fucking Dying Light 2... I would have said, you're a liar and a bad person, man.
Right?
Then you gotta come back and you're like, oh, dude, I'm sorry. I was really upset.
Yeah. Yeah. You were right. I was wrong. You're smart. I'm stupid. You're attractive. I'm an ugly person. Like, but, goddamn. Like, Jesus. I just... really a huge surprise. It was a good ass show. Like, Microsoft really put on a good ass show. Like,
yeah, this was a good one.
True.
Where like, what's funny is it had more stuff in it than it did last year, but it felt like there was more purpose and propulsion. It felt like all of the parts of the engine were firing this time. Like, it felt like they were going places. Like, I think that people who own Xboxes should feel comfortable. I also don't think people should feel weird by Phil Spencer alluding to their next console. I don't think that the idea of a next Xbox should make any current Xbox owner feel threatened or like the generation is going to get cut short. Like,
can I just say, when they were like, we're doing a new Xbox, I was like, you just did a new Xbox. Like, I know it's not a different Xbox, but you did just do a new Xbox. Like, please, no. I dropped $500. Ugh. Can I say, I'm real mad that they're doing an actual Battletoads game.
Why?
Like, I'm real mad. I'm mad.
Why are you mad?
Because it's going to quadruple irritating phone calls to GameStops across the world.
It is. It really
true.
is. Do you have Battletoads?
Hey, but you know...
Yes, we have Battletoads. Like, I'm just going to start answering the phone where you can now pre-order Battletoads. Just to cut that shit off, because I'm done already. So it was that, and then right afterwards was the action movie mess that is Just Cause 4.
Hey, man, there's tornadoes now. It's gonna be dope.
When they showed Battletoads, that was the only time during the Microsoft press conference that I shouted at my television, "Are you fucking with me?"
I did the same thing!
Yeah.
The same thing. I was like, no!
For like
this
half
is
a second.
Joke.
Like, for half a second, when I saw how cheeky they were being, I thought that, I'm like, is this a new Conquer game? I thought that where we were going was like a new Conquer's Bad Fur Day. Mm-hmm. But then it was something even more ridiculous and even more improbable.
I almost wish that had been an April Fool's announcement, and then it's like, no, seriously, you can buy this game now. Like, ugh.
Yeah, that would have been a good one for, and it's out now.
Yeah, and it's out today.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. Like, Battletoads?
Right.
Oh, yeah. So, like, Square Enix, with, like, the stage presence at Microsoft show, they brought a lot more footage of Shadow of the Tomb Raider and revealed Just Cause 4. And I'm definitely here for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and I'm not yet sold on Just Cause 4.
I'm here for the representation in Just Cause 4.
Okay.
I feel that.
And, like, I feel that was also kind of like a recurring theme in Microsoft's conference, because, like, when they showed Gears 5, and they're like, Gears 5, you're a lady. And it actually looked different than some previous Gears games, like the level design and some of the art direction. Like, it kind of felt like they were Trojan horsing some new ideas into a series. Like, we're going to call it Gears 5, and you're going to buy it, but here's some new ideas. And I was like, oh man, like, do I actually give a shit about a Gears of War game? Congratulations, Microsoft. Like, because what you've showed so far with this Gears game, like, I'm on board. Like, this woman swinging this gigantic fucking alien monster hammer thing, like, I'm on board with. But, Just Cause 4, what do you guys think of that?
I think it'll be cool. I mean, it's not my game, but I'd love to hear about it. Maybe watch it. I don't know. It's not my game, but it looks cool.
Like, and maybe it's the Far Cry fatigue, you know? Like, there have been an awful lot of, like, open world games recently where you can do goofy shit, but I think at this point you can't just do goofy shit.
Yeah.
This movie is an action, or this video game is an action movie mess, but it's gonna be fun to watch. Like, I'm down to watch it and play something else while it's going on.
Yeah, I feel that.
I need for it to be more than just like, and you could put dynamite up this cow's anus and then scare the cow into running into the bad guys. Like, yeah.
Oh God.
Because, like, come on, guys. Like,
yeah, I don't need that.
Yeah, like, But speaking of Gears, what did you guys think of the fucking Funko Pop Gears game?
That was the best reveal ever, because the Gears logo came up and everybody screamed, and then the pop figure popped out and it got dead fucking silent. And you were just like, oh, people mad. But I was like, man, I want a Gears Lego game? Like, that's what I thought it was gonna be, and I was like, oh, that'll be really cute and silly. Like, I'm down. And then it was a mobile game, and I was like, I don't want a mobile game. I want a Funko Pop Lego game with all the Funko Pops in the same world. It'd be so, like, imagine. Just imagine.
It
the Gears of
definitely
Warcast. And fucking Mr. Rogers, like, yes, please.
It felt like, you know how, like, there's all those movie trailers out there where some asshole says, there's a storm coming. I
need help. There's a place.
Yeah.
Of course there fucking is.
Yeah, there's a storm coming. Like, it feels like seeing a Funko Pop video game this way. It feels like there's a storm coming. Like, get ready for the Funko Pop license games where people are going to make, like, lighthearted, cheeky versions of existing video game properties with Funko Pops, because those Funko Pop people are like, man, look at all that money that just fucking Lego gets to cram into their Scrooge McDuck vault and go swimming in. how about we do that? Like, how long until there's Funko Pop Halo and Funko Pop Uncharted and...
Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so cute. I want Funko Pop World, like Lego Worlds, but with Funko Pop. Cute.
Like...
It'd be cute.
The idea of Toys to Life Funko Pops will be the last thing, like whatever happened to Brian? Well, they announced the Toys to Life Funko Pop game, and he literally disappeared. Like, we've got his face on fucking milk cartons now. We've even got a little Funko Pop of him that we hand people, but Brian's gone now. Brian's gone forever because they announced Toys to Life Funko Pop. God damn it. Let's see here, what else did they do at that show? What the fuck is Halo Infinity? Like, yeah, like zero information. They're just like, yep, this exists.
Well, we know Master Chief is possibly back, unless there's some sort of imposter. Yeah. And the ODST guys are there. And there's stuff going on. The Halos are still, like, around. Dude, we don't know. It could be cool.
But is it safe to say that we don't even know what genre this game is?
I mean, I can't really conceive a world in which the Halo game with this cast would not be a first-person shooter with platforming elements. I mean, it would just be weird if it didn't, but I guess we don't actually know since what we got.
Like, it was incredibly close to the chest. Also, like, there was so much focus on, like, the scale and size of that topography. Like, look at these fucking deer. Look at these fucking rhino things. Like, I have to wonder, like, why, you know? Like, why is it that why do they do what they do? Like, I feel like there are significant unknown quantities about Halo Infinity which are yet to be known. And, like, I'm sorry, Halo Infinite, not Infinity. But I don't think that we have a clear understanding. I don't think it's a first-person shooter. I'm going on the record right now. I do not think it is a first-person shooter.
It's a bold claim.
It sounds like a bad take.
And it could very well be a bad take, but I feel like I'm gonna go out on the limb and I'm gonna offer you two possibilities.
Okay.
Sandbox style open world survival game, where you don't necessarily play as Master Chief, but he is a figure that you can encounter on the reg. Mm-hmm. And the reason there was so much focus on, like, wildlife and topography in the trailer is because you were going to spend most of your time futzing around this environment, gathering wood and so forth. And the idea sounds bad, but it sounds plausible, doesn't it?
Sounds plausible, but I thought we were over Microsoft bad ideas.
No, there are a lot of good Microsoft ideas at this conference, and so let me offer my other dark horse possibility, which is a good one, because that was the bad dark horse possibility.
Okay, what's the good one?
Open world Halo RPG.
I don't want it.
I love the lore of that world. The lore of that world is one of the best things it's got going for it. And that the level design for Halo games has really not been what people wanted since Halo 3. Or I guess technically Halo Reach. But if you let people futz around in that environment in a way where they're not comparing level design against their previous experiences, but letting them fuck with the lore of that universe, I think it's going to make a lot of people happy. Like, you tell me you guys would not be here for an open world Halo RPG?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, feel free to at me, dear listeners, tell me I'm an idiot. is there really only at this point one thing that we have not talked about from the Microsoft conference? I guess one major topic, which is the way they ended it. The Cyberpunk 2077 trailer.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the last thing we have to talk about.
Okay. So obviously no gameplay. How many years away do you think this game still is, people?
3. No,
2.
2. I'm not that mean. 2.
2.5. Looks great. Reignited the hype train for a lot of people. 2 years, 2.5 years, maybe.
Like, it's either coming out, like, February 22nd, 2020, or, October 16th, 2020.
Like, CD Projekt Red has already said that this game is going to be a cross-generation game that'll, like, it'll be available for, this generation and for the next generation.
Oh, shit, then it might be.
Yeah.
Well, no. They did that with Twilight Princess, because, like, it came out on the GameCube, and then the next year, when the Wii came out, they also put it out for the Wii. Like, it was a launch title for
Wait, I thought that was within a couple of weeks of each other.
Maybe, because it was still during, like, the holiday season. Like, it could have been, like, 6 weeks away. So it was, like, it came out, like, November on, like, the GameCube and, like, that January on the Wii. But I know they were 2 distinct years.
No, it was not. I just verified this. It came out for the Wii November 19th, 2006, and for the GameCube December 2nd, 2006. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, okay, fine. I had it mixed up. It was just me. I didn't get it on launch day. I'm exposed.
But, so they said it's cross-generation. I think it's fair to say at this point that Microsoft is going to release their next full console before Sony. I wonder if them being on Microsoft's stage and being the thing that Microsoft closes their conference with kind of speaks to the level of partnership Microsoft is going to have with CD Projekt Red. Like, imagine if CD Projekt, like the guys who made The Witcher, their next game, which is this awesome cyberpunk thing, comes out on whatever the next box is and just looks ridiculous. Like, I think the idea of, like, the next Microsoft console launching and being the definitive way to play the next CD Projekt Red thing is probably something that Microsoft would very much want.
Yeah. That tracks.
This feels like them trying to build a relationship and build a partnership. Like, and it's funny because, like, Phil Spencer had just been talking before, like like moments before, because part of the whole goof was this thing cut off Phil Spencer. Like, he was in the middle of talking and it just cut him off.
Right.
And he was talking about, like, and we're working with our development partners and we're building our next console, and to cut directly to Cyberpunk 2077 felt very deliberate. It felt very intentional.
Yeah. It definitely was.
All right, so I guess, guys, where are you so far with your E3s?
EA is and has always been whack. Microsoft needed to hit something out of the park, and I'm not sure if they did that, but they did pretty good. And, like, I have a bit more faith in Microsoft now. So I would still like a release date on Tunic. I want to know when that's coming.
We might get that during the PC gaming show that nobody watches. Because that was what Tunic was last year at the PC gaming show.
Right.
And from the pre-3 shenanigans, it sounds like cautiously hopeful is about how we feel about Dead or Alive 6.
Yeah. I'd like to see, like, more people, like, really get into it. because it's definitely like an Eastern game. Like no one in the States really plays DOA. Well, I mean, really playing as in like at a competitive like level. Because I can't even remember the last time I watched like a top 8 for DOA. Like I literally have no recollection. So hopefully they actually enter the scene like on a meaningful foot, and hopefully it's fun to play. I think the game could benefit from being simplified. I know there's some people that like want to complicate like every fighting game ever. But simpler fighters like just do better more often than not. And I like to see the cast. Because I mean, there are some characters I actually like from DOA, but I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. Well, listeners, you are going to, I guess, hear more of us than usual in the next coming days because of the wild, E3 festivities. I guess expect a what will we call it? A Impossible Coin Micro, where Rocky and I are going to bat cleanup on the remainder of Sunday's festivities, where we'll cover Bethesda and Devolver. And I think Devolver was probably my favorite thing about E3 last year. I don't know about y'all, but they at least won my heart, if not the show.
Yeah, I actually feel bad that I didn't put Smash Frogs in my top 5 for last year.
So Rocky and I are going to cover that. So expect that episode sometime before our next regular episode drops. And then our next regular episode will cover the Monday and Tuesday shows of Square Enix, Ubisoft, Sony, and Nintendo. Yeah, a lot of E3 business. Wild. Any parting thoughts, guys?
I love video games, and I hope video games...
And Max Powers loves you as well.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, Max Powers out in front. Best thing at E3 so far. Fucking that guy is nuts.
This E3 has been a meme machine, and Reggie Fils-Aimé has not yet, at time of recording, taken the stage.
Yeah, Reggie has not yet taken his final form.
My body is Reggie.
Yeah. Guys, we please leave us a review on iTunes. Do whatever the fuck you want on Google Play. I don't care. We're also available on Stitcher. If you leave us a review on iTunes, I will either get you a biscuit or Max Powers will service you.
Oh God!
I don't think you can phrase it that way. I don't think you can phrase it that way.
I'm gonna get you a Neo Geo Mini.
Oh my goodness!
Please stop.
Mini.
Oh God. So guys, I was Rocky Hardy. That's who I've been. I don't know who this guy is right now.
We got music.
We do have music. Okay. We have music. It's at the beginning and end of this podcast, produced by our great friend, Big Sach. You can find him on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/BigSachNJ, or you could follow him on Twitter at Hillary_Swank.
And last Friday, I streamed Hitman because of the announcement. It felt appropriate. Probably be some Hitman for the next couple of weeks. So we'll see how that goes. And that's on Fridays. Also, guys, if you'd prefer to see me stream on a day which isn't Fridays, let me know, because I want to make sure that it's a time when folks actually have the opportunity to engage and want to engage. So hit us up. Let us know if there's another day which is better for you. Rocky still murdering community leaders?
More or less. Less so than usual. There's less leaders to murder. I'm getting through most of them.
Okay.
But I am playing fighting games on Thursdays. So that's the thing that's going on. I'm not sure if I should stream that because we're still bad. We don't even have like real combos yet. But we'll get there. Whatever.
All right. Well, I guess that's the beginning of our E3 coverage. Stay tuned for a date to be determined before next episode and for next episode. All right. Well, everybody, thanks for listening. Peace.
Wait, we didn't. Wait, you didn't. Wait. Wait, don't we usually say our names first? Wait.
Very well. I've been Max Powers.
No, you haven't. No, wait. I'm not prepared.
Tegan, we gotta go. Tegan, we gotta go.
Bye.
Later.
The Neo Geo Mini will be available soon.